Canelo, he's showing a lot of support for Isaac Cruz. What do you think about that? Canelo's behind Isaac Cruz.
What I don't like is this, and I was going to talk to Tank about this. You can't be wearing Canelo gloves and he's rooting against you. You know, I don't get it. I mean, I wouldn't do it. And then it's not like, I mean, some gloves, we can wear 1,000 different gloves. The results, it's always going to be the same, but I can't wear your gloves and you root against me.
Floyd, we just recently saw Canelo win undisputed at 168. As a person the only person that's defeated him, what have you seen of yourself in Canelo as of the last couple of years after he fought you?
Same fighter. It's the same fighter. It's crazy that it was like Canelo in his prime. He'd have been a different fighter. When I fought him, he was in his prime. If you go back and look at me, I was the best when I was in my 20s. When I fought Canelo, I was almost 40 years old. You know, and a lot of times they're gonna keep asking me about the Canelo fight, and I already know when they write about it, they're gonna make it seem like, you know, the headline, they're gonna make it seem extremely bad, seem like a beef. I mean, it seems like it's a beef. It's not a beef. I like Canelo. I mean, I like his work. But we're forgetting about Boost Ennis.
Drawn Ennis, yeah.
Hell of a fighter. We don't talk about him. You know, Errol Spence go through some ups and downs throughout life, tragedies, and he still get through it all. And then the guy go out and Terrence Crawford, he go out there and do what he's supposed to do. Of course, he looked good, but we forget about these guys. We don't talk about Tank go out there and do what he got to do, and we forget about these guys. And I'm not going to forget about my people, fighters that don't get their credit. You know, I'm just going to stand behind my people through it all.
Floyd, you're talking about credit. You were talking to Mark Breland on a FaceTime recently, and it seemed that you guys were both giving each other credit on. I want to see if you can elaborate what that.
Mark Breland.
Yes.
You know, he's a trainer that really don't say too much. One of the best amateurs ever. And two-time world champion as a professional, if I'm not mistaken. You know, I'm a real student of the game, real student, and my dad always knew that I was going to be a hell of a fighter because I was a student that can learn all three ways, hearing, seeing, and doing. Mark Breland, hell of a trainer, a great guy. Remember, I was just up there talking about that, up there. When the fighters win, they get all the credit. Yeah. Then when a fighter lose, the fighters say, it was the trainer fault.
Floyd,
it is what it is.
Floyd, 1 week from tonight, you're going to get named the Fighter of the Decade 2010s at the Boxing Writers Dinner in New York.
Which I really should be getting Fighter of the last 2 decades, and you know that.
I'll put in the word. But what does that mean to you? I mean, obviously you just talked about being remembered. You have been remembered as one of the greats of all time. When you take that award, what are you going to think of? What are you going to think of what you've accomplished in your career?
For the Fighter of the Decade, I'm the Fighter of the last century, honestly. And it's a reason why I'm the best fighter of the last 100 years. The credentials show it. And I went out there and showed it. What's better than going out there, being world champion for what, 20 years? Box office, I got the record. Pay-per-view, I got the record. It's better to have 5 world titles than 4 at one particular time. So, I mean, it is what it is. They're gonna always have their opinion about me. I'm always be who I am. I'm always speak from the heart, and know that when I went out there, I gave it 100%. Whether I was 100% when I went in there or not, I always gave it 100%.
Well, you just got done talking about it. A lot of these guys, including yourself, had to scratch and claw for that recognition. The fact that you finally got it at the highest level, do you